Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to be making this adorable piece of, actually it's bigger than a piece of ephemera because it has a little signature in it, and it also has some pockets. Oh, look inside. Look how pretty the paper is. Such beautiful paper. Now this is from Chapter 1 Papers' newest kit entitled The Flower Gatherer. I love using tracing paper in a junk journal. Now you could add this to a pre-made journal, either as a topper just to be tied onto the top, or to pop into a pocket. You could give it as a gift, a little thank you gift. You could send it out in Happy Mail. You could pop it into a satchel. There are so many different things that you can do with this. I love how it's come together. Now this paper right here is from Chapter 1's, another kit of Chapter 1 paper. I love how it's decorated. I've used my Scrap Cabin Shop's crinkled seam binding. Isn't that a beautiful color? And a stamp right here from My Porch Prints, a faux stamp. I love it. Let me show you how I've made it. But first, let's have our shout out to Noreen, Debbie, Patricia, Carol, and Joyce. I appreciate each and every one of you. I have 2 envelopes here. You can use any size envelope that you wish. My envelopes are 6.5 by 3.5. And as simple as this, we're going to take your papers, whether they're digitals from Chapter 1 papers, which there is a coupon code down below, or maybe you're using a paper pad or possibly just book pages. It's fine. Whatever you choose will be gorgeous. Now here are some of the pages that you get in that new kit of theirs. I love this one. I've got some ideas for that one, and I love this one. I've got some ideas for this one too. So what else do we have here? This is the one I used for the inside of the book. There's this beautiful one with the blue flowers. There's even a fussy cut page that you can fussy cut some florals out. There we go. This one here I've already cut on. As you can see, I've removed one of the tags, but that's so lovely. Oh, and there's some seed pockets too. There's some more tags, and this is the one I used for the front of the little journal. See right here, that's the one I used for the front. And then there's this one that's gorgeous, and then some more of the nice tags. They're so, I don't know, they're just so yummy. Now what do we want to use to cover our envelope today? I really like that. I like them all, but I'm just kind of thinking of what we can use to decorate the front, how we want to put it together. How about if we use those 2 right there? Let me move this out of the way, and I want to use this one and this one together for my envelope junk journal. All right, so we've got these 2. The next thing, I'm going to take my envelopes, and the journal is going to be like this. So the envelopes are going to run the long way, which is really quite perfect for this project. So what I want to do, very first thing I want to do, is I want to seal my envelopes closed. So adding my glue, closing my envelope, and adding my glue to the other one, and then sealing this one up. So I'm going to start by turning my page like this, and I've got to remember that my paper is going this way, my flowers are going this way, so I want to make sure I keep it going in the correct direction. I also must remember that I have a little border going on. So Would I rather have the top part or the bottom? I think I'd rather have the top part. So I'm going to take my glue. I'm using art glitter glue, and I'm going to add my glue right onto the front. Now, if you like a different kind of glue, that's perfect, you guys. Whatever glue you like, that's the glue you should use. Okay, so adding my glue on here, remembering that there's a border, and I'm just going to place it just like that and press it down so it gets nicely glued on. Now, I am actually going to look at this, and I'm going to pop my next one over here. That's what I want for my other side of my second envelope. So adding my glue just like this. This is kind of a different way of making, I'm sure somebody else has done it, but it's kind of new to me doing it this way. We're not gluing or using the flap of the envelope. We're not using it to attach the envelopes to each other. We're going to do that in a different way, bringing in my scissors, and I'm going to cut this out. So there's nothing difficult about this project. We're just taking an envelope and we're covering it with the choice of our papers. So maybe you've chosen a book page, maybe you've even used a magazine. Whatever it is that you have chosen, it will be gorgeous. So let's trim this out. Almost done here. Just a little bit more to go. Alrighty, we've got that trimmed out just like that. Let's look at it. It's like a surprise, right? So let's see what this looks like when we turn it over. Ooh, that's so pretty. I absolutely love both of them. Now, which one do I want for my cover? Now, that question I'm going to answer by bringing in a few of these tags that I have fussy cut. And I'm going to see, is there one in particular that I want to use as my decoration? I'm not sure. I think I have some others here because none of those just kind of grabbed me. I've got these. We've kind of looked at these. Ooh, here we go. We've got, that's really pretty right there with it. That would be very nice. We might need to trim that out. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that one right there. So I am going to trim this out and then we'll continue. Alrighty, so I've trimmed this one out and this one out, but after doing so, I've decided I think maybe these will be the inside of our journal, because when I place this on here, it's going to cover up too much of, this one's not bad over here, but I really like that green one on there, but it takes a lot of the flowers away. So let's make that the inside of our little journal, and let's make this pretty blue one that we selected the outside of our journal. So doing the exact same thing that we did to cover our envelope, we're going to do the exact same thing again. So I'm going to just add my glue to the edges and fill in the center using my art glitter glue, remembering there's a border on my page. And I'm just going to pop it on just like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other one, and then I'm going to trim them both out. Alright, so I covered the other side of my envelope, so now they look like this, and I have decided that this is going to be the inside and this is going to be the outside, which some of you might think is kind of strange. But I didn't want to cover up these flowers, but I do want to use these tags, but I'm going to use them in a different way. But before we get to how I'm going to use these, we need to marry these two together and actually put them together so we can fold them. Now I'm going to use a scrap from the paper that I covered the front with, and what I want to do is I'm going to, I'm looking at it here, I got a little cut right there, so I might as well trim it off right there at that cut line. There we are. And then we'll just take the border off. And then I'm going to have to grab my other guillotine, and I'm going to cut, oh, let's see here. I'm not sure how wide that is. It says 3, but there's no way it's 3 inches, but I think that's going to be nice. I'll measure that this way. Yeah, it's about an inch, and it's as long as my envelope. So the next thing I want to do is actually fold this in half. I'm going to fold it by putting the printed part inside the fold. So folding it just like this all the way down. All right. And now I'm going to turn it back the other way, and I'm going to just ink it up ever so lightly. Now when I made my first one, I did this kind of in reverse, and because I thought I was wanting those flowers for my cover, this turned out a little different, but grabbing my little example here, you can't even see, because, oh well. So I put this paper all the way across, and the hinge is hiding underneath. But because I changed my mind and I thought this was going to be my cover, but this is going to be my cover, we're going to have this on the outside and it's going to be visible. So it is still going to blend because we're using the same patterns. What I want to do is I'm going to, this is about a ½ inch, so I'm going to get my art glitter glue and I'm going to put a bead of glue all the way down the side, and then about an inch up, and then one in the middle, just like that. And I want to lay my print, and I'm just looking to see which way it goes on this side. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just making sure of that. I'm going to lay this right on here, and I tap it down so it's all the way down to the edge. Making sure I'm not sticking out, which I'm not. Perfect. So that part's placed on there. Now I'm going to be gluing the second part on. Before I do, I want to go ahead and I want to trim this off right here, and I want to trim this off right here. So it's all trimmed up and ready to go. We're going to be gluing this flap onto this side. So it's going to be like this when we get done. Okay, so this time I'm actually going to put my glue right on the hinge that we're gluing down, and we're going to be placing it right on here like this. I'm tapping it down, making sure that it's going to be even, and it is kind of even. Okay, there we go. We're going to have to do a little bit more trimming. That's still quite beautiful, isn't it? I like marrying the envelopes together in this way. There's no binding at all. There's nothing that's binding. They close so nicely. So you can do the flaps, but I actually, if I had a choice, I think this way is nicer. It just folds so easily, and I just find it really nice. Now remember I said I had plans for these. I'm going to place them right here for pockets. So they'll be going like this right on to the inside, so I still see the pretty flowers. And let's go ahead and do that. So to do that, all we need to do is, I'm trying to decide, do I want to cut this to fit? I think I better. So before I do that, I'm going to shut this like this. I'm going to place that right up against there, and I'm just simply going to trim. Just like that. So this one's going to go on this side, but I don't really want this to show here, so I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to take a little bit more off on this side. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to mark it like, well, I got to take that edge off, don't I? So let's mark it like that. And then give that a cut. So cut that. Now remember, I want to take that border off because there's no border on this side, so I don't want a border on the other side. And then we're just going to ink up both sides so they blend together a little bit better. I need a little bit more of my frayed burlap. All right, so then let's go ahead and let's pop. I know somebody's blowing up my phone, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I think it's my daughter. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Well, that's a lot of glue, Cathy. That's a lot of glue. All right, put it right here, and let's make sure that we're not going to go past our hinge. We want to make sure that everything's going to be hinged and not interfere. The pocket's not going to come too far over, and then you won't be able to shut your little journal very well. Okay, I'm going to put it this way. So I'm just adding my glue to my 3 sides, like that, and then popping it down onto here, pressing it. Oh, how lovely. Now we've got all kinds of tags to stick in here. We have big ones, we have little ones. I haven't inked these up yet, but you can see, are these too big? Nope. Even the big ones fit in there, just gorgeous. Now, of course, you could go ahead and you could put some more decoration on here. I think that would be really pretty, just like that. I like that. Remember, you've got fussy cut flowers in this kit, and they're quite beautiful, and of course, they go together with the kit and all of the pages. So I am going to pop that on there because I think that's really sweet. I really like the label that has the words on it. So I'm going to pop that right on there like that. And I'm going to actually pop this one on as well. I'm not using it as a tag. I'm just using it as some decoration. Just like that. Oh, whoop! I think that looks really cute. All right, so you also have these tiny ones. Now, obviously that's a little big for that side, but let's see. I've got a label here. I could trim it. I could definitely trim it. Let's do that. Let's use this little thing and trim. Let's trim this part right there, and then let's trim it right here. So I've trimmed off the border on the top. It's not a tag anymore. We're just going to use it as a decoration. I love that little flower. I've already inked that one up. So I think I'm going to, shall we do it this way or this way? Oh, let's do it this way. So first I'm going to lay down my label. Now everything I'm putting on here came with the kit. These labels are part of the kit. The pockets we used are part of the kit. The decorations here that were tags, and now we're not making them tags. We're turning them into decorations. Oh, how cute is that? I love it. All right, so let's talk about our front. I have got, now there's this one, okay, but there's also this one. And I thought this one would be perfect to use for this. I have some coffee dyed. I just did it this morning, and I love how it turned out. It really made the polka dots pop, didn't it? I love it. It's coffee dyed. It's that net that I've been using, and I just love it. Coffee dyed. I hadn't coffee dyed it yet, and I'm so glad I did it this morning. Let's go ahead and ink this up just a little bit. Now, if you don't ink, you guys, that's okay. It's just a personal preference. I love it, so I ink. If you don't have ink, don't worry about it. If you don't like that look, don't worry about it. You make it the way you like it, okay, guys? So we're just having fun here, and we're enjoying the process of making something pretty for either our junk journal or happy mail or whatever you wish to do with it. Now, I think this is calling for some edging lace. Oh, yeah, I know what. Let's get some of that beautiful crinkled seam binding from my scrap cabin shop. Hang on just a second. All right, so I've got some blue. I don't have that much of that blue color. There's this. That's pretty. There's this green. That green might be really pretty with it. There's this green. Sorry, guys, you can't really see my bag. Everything's kind of falling. Ooh, I think I might like this green a little better. I don't know. They're both quite gorgeous. I spilled a pink on the floor. We don't need pink today. There's white. There's white. We could use white. What would white look with the... Oh, here's a creamy... Oh, how about that one? How about this one, guys? So we've got this. We've got a tiny bit of this blue. Yeah, I think I want to go with that and use this net. Okay, that's it. So how do we want to do this? I think what I'd like to do is open this up. I'm going to put my things over there. I'm going to bring in my hot glue gun. It's quick, it's easy, it's great for videos. Making sure that this is top, this is front. Let's edge it in this gorgeous, gorgeous color. I don't know what color. I should have looked before I opened it, but it's a gorgeous color, that's for sure. And what I'm doing is I'm really just gluing it on however it wants to lay. I might gather it just a little bit or move it so that it covers everything up. But I'm mainly just letting it lay the way it wants to. The way that this has been crinkled is absolutely beautiful. And it's really nice if you're new at making ruffles, then you really don't have to work at it at all. You just have to lay it down where you want it to go. That's about it. See? Let's look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now you saw how fast that was to place that down. I'm going to trim this off, just looking at how this is. Okay, got some stuff stuck on my fingers, don't I? Alrighty, so that's lovely. The next thing is, let's pop this on here. Do I want, this is a question, where do I want, how do I want to do this? More questions. Do I want this blue to possibly just come around the edges like that? I think so. So let's glue this down. I'm going to position this so that I kind of can get this even. So it's, you know, I want it in the middle. I don't want it, you know, one side higher than the other or anything like that. I would like to place this somewhere in the middle. So right here I think is good. And yeah, just looking at that, pressing it down. And this is just one of the pieces from the kit. And what I want to do is, I think I just want to take a little bit. Now let me look at this one more time. This is half, so let's go halfway to the corner and just lay this on just like this. Okay, and then let's go around that corner. So let's turn and go around the corner just like that. And I'm just going to go up a little ways. I'm not going to go all the way up. I cut that very crooked. There. I'm going to glue that down right there at the end so it doesn't pull up. Same with that side. Ooh, I like that look very much so. And let's do the exact opposite side, the other corner. I've just turned my little crinkled seam binding around because this end is a little more crinkly than the other end. And let's take it down to about right here. And I'm going to pop this on, pushing this on this time, because I got to get it around that other seam binding that we placed in there. Just going around the corner, just like that. And how far do I want to go with this one? Let's see here. Let's go a little further. How about right there? Okay. And let's just give it a cut. And I'm going to turn this back on itself a little bit right there. Okay. Let me get a little glue here. Press that down. Okay. Oh, I love that. That's so soft and sweet. It's very, very soft. Very, very soft looking. All right, I'm taking the corners off there. I've got some butterflies, and I think I would like to add the butterflies on. Oh my goodness. Now don't forget, Cathy, the net. We want a little bit of net. And how about if we put a little bit of net maybe underneath the butterfly? So let's just see about this. Yes, that's it. That's what we need to do. So I've got a little stick here, guys. So what I want to do is I've just got a rectangle, and it's haphazardly cut. It's not straight at all. I'm going to add a little glue right here at the corner. I'm going to put this on at diagonal, and I'm going to kind of twist it. And so I'm just twisting it on just to help me get this placed. I'm going to kind of bend this. Yeah, I want it to be not exactly in flight, but yeah, something like that. And let's put it right there. Oh, I love it. You can see. Oh, see the difference. There's flat, there's raised. Very nice, right? Okay, so maybe a smaller amount of this lace. Net. It's net, not lace. And I actually think I'm going to cut it to make it smaller. I don't want so much up here. I've kind of just scrunched it with my fingers. Okay, and I think I need to, I thought I had inked this up, but I see a piece that I want to ink, so I grabbed it. Now, let's pop this on. I'm going to make him go this way. He's flying in a different direction. Okay, let's pop that on there. I'm going to push him down so he's really well glued on there. You know, I'm going to have to add a little bit of bling here, guys. Now, I'd like larger bling, and these are flat back pearls, and I'd like a larger one on the corners here. So let's go ahead. Oh, come on now. Come on out. Here we go. Let's pop one. Let's see. Let's pop one right there. I'm trying to just maneuver the crinkled seam binding to get it positioned so it will lay a little flatter for me. And then I'm just going to pick it up with my finger and pop it right down. I'm going to hold it while it grabs hold. Just takes a second for that hot glue. And then let's do the same thing right here. Just a dollop of hot glue, and then press the flat back pearl into it. Oh, goodness gracious. That's so sweet. So, so sweet. All right, so the butterflies, they need some bling, don't they, guys? They most certainly do. They need to have a little bling going on. So let's put a dollop of hot glue, and I'm using hot glue. It's just quick and easy, because if I use some other kind of glue, I wouldn't be able to pick this up and show you what's going on. It would just, you know, it come off. Oh, goodness gracious, I love that. And then let's open it up. Isn't that sweet? Now, in the one that I made here, I did go ahead and I sewed in some pages. I sewed 2 tracing papers that I copy dyed, and one of the coffee dyed copy paper. And that's how I got these pages. And I did put a little bit of bling on the bottom, but I think they have both turned out gorgeous using Chapter 1 Papers' newest kit, the Flower Gatherer. Remember, guys, there's a discount code down below, and there's a discount code down below for this beautiful crinkled seam binding from my scrap cabin shop. You guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.